Hey guys, it's Sarah and this is my first sit-down video on this channel. For the past 5 years or so, I've dealt with depression and anxiety. I kind of got to the point where I just thought it was the way the world was and was the way I was, and there's nothing I could do about it. Didn't really get that much better when I was on medication. It just kind of felt like everything was more dull. Probably 2 years ago, I realized that there was concrete thought patterns that were causing these feelings. I realized this through meditation and self-exploration. One of the main exercises that really helped me target what exactly was causing these feelings was journaling. And I wanted to share with you guys some of my journal today. So I'm gonna go grab my journal. It's actually in my bedroom. So this is my journal. It says crazy ideas on it. It just is really fitting for me because a lot of my ideas are kind of crazy. I have quite a lot written in here, but I'm only going to read the parts where I actually write down specific negative thoughts and then replace them. And so the purpose of this exercise is to dig to the roots of the feelings you have. So my anxiety got to the point in which I wasn't even really having the thought. The thought was so deep in my subconscious that I just felt the feeling. I would walk into a room and I wouldn't even be conscious of the thoughts I was having. Oh my god, I'm being judged, they're gonna think I'm socially awkward. I wasn't even conscious of those thoughts. They were such deep-rooted beliefs. I just walked into a room and I instantly would feel paralyzed. I'd feel sweaty and shaky, and my brain would go blank, and I would feel like I was gonna stutter if I tried to speak. So I didn't even feel like there were specific thoughts that were causing it. And that was because these thoughts had been so deeply ingrained in my mind that they were just automatic. I heard this really cool explanation once. Our mind is like a forest. So the pathways that you travel most often become clear-cut trails. So you start to be able to go down them automatically. So the purpose of this journaling is to figure out which thoughts are really deep in there. Taking just deep breaths, focusing on your breathing, on being fully present, and stepping away from your mind almost, becoming the witness of your mind. It makes you more conscious of the actual thoughts you're having instead of just automatically identifying with them and thinking, I'm afraid because I'm afraid. Realizing my mind is saying I'm afraid, why am I afraid? And just continuously asking yourself questions about why you just had the thought you had. So that's one of my favorite ways to meditate, especially when I'm trying to figure out the source of a feeling. So I'm just gonna go through some of these. I guess I'll start with the ones about anxiety. I wrote these a couple months ago, and recently I was going through kind of a hard time. I was just having a lot of downtime, and my mind goes really crazy when I have downtime. It just creates problems that aren't there. So I revisited this journal, and I was like, wow, this is really helpful. I should start doing this again, and I also want to share this. So that's why I'm sharing it today. Okay, so this is I'll just say a couple of examples and give you an idea. So one of the negative thoughts that I have, this one isn't really social anxiety, but my anxiety kind of tells me, oh my gosh, I have so much to do and I'm just not okay at all with uncertainty. It's I have so much to do, this isn't done, and I just feel so unsettled, it needs to get done right now. So the thought is, I have so much to do and need it done as soon as possible. This is the next part of the exercise. After you identify the thought, you find something to replace it with. So in this journal I wrote, replace it with, life isn't a checklist, and there will always be things to do. Control is only an illusion. Feel right with things being undone. Life would be boring if everything was already done. So the more that I remind myself of the negative thought and what to replace it with, the more automatic the replacement thought becomes, and the more aware I am of when I'm having a specific negative thought along these lines. The thing is, our minds are really repetitive. Like, the thoughts we have are usually based on some like conditioned thoughts. I oftentimes just think that what I'm doing is just embarrassing, and I just overall feel like I'm an embarrassing person and I shouldn't be trying because I'm just making a fool of myself. So replace the thought, I should give up, I'm embarrassing myself, with, I am thankful for how I have the strength now to face my fears, search my soul, and overcome barriers in my mind. I am working so hard to realign with my true self and become who I want to be. I am thankful for the challenges that have led me to finally face my inner demons with courage. I will be patient with myself. I am purging a decade of conditioned negative beliefs about myself. I just have to remind myself I'm doing something challenging right now, and I shouldn't think it's easy because it's not easy. So just be patient with myself and be patient with the process. Yeah, another anxiety I have is like once I feel like I failed something, like, oh, I stopped doing my routine, because at a point in time I had this really strict routine where I'd like get up, meditate, journal, do yoga, all that stuff, and then like if I stopped doing the routine, I would just be like, it's pointless, like I should just give up, like I should just lay in bed, like that kind of thing, because my anxiety is like really black and white thinking. So it was like, if I didn't do everything perfectly, then there's no point in doing it at all. So I said, replace, I didn't do my routine, I didn't get what I wanted to do done, I have no willpower, my day is ruined, with, every moment is a chance to redirect. Setbacks are expected, and now you get to show yourself how strong and courageous you are by getting back on track. So life isn't always just progress. And like, we learn the most about ourselves when we get back up. That's when we really prove our strength. Life is a balance between pushing and letting go. You can't just force your will on the universe. You have to like respond to its cues and signals and go with the flow. You do need to push, but you need to question if you're in the right direction. Like, I used to burn myself out, and then I realized that you need to make sure that the work you're doing is in a good direction and you're using your energy efficiently. If you're really tired, you're not always going to be tired, so just like take the time, do what you need to do for yourself, and when that energy returns, work with that energy. Replace I am jealous with, I am joyous that beings just like me are enjoying and expressing themselves. It's also like black and white thinking, like either I was better than people or I was like a million times worse than people. It was just like this really destructive black and white thought pattern. Okay, replace I need to be better than them with I need to be the best version of me, and others have so much to teach me. People are mirrors. Look into yourself when you don't like someone. Is there a part of you that needs healing? It's saying that people are mirrors and teachers. So if there's something that like triggers you, look into yourself and figure out why. Like, oftentimes I start to resent people if they have a quality that like I really, really want. So I could look into myself and think, wow, like this is an opportunity to heal this part of myself, tell myself it's okay that I'm not there, and also to have some joy over the fact that I just learned something about myself. Like, from this person, I learned who I want to be. Another thing about my anxiety is like I had really bad body dysmorphia and just like some problems with eating. I never was classified as having an eating disorder, but I definitely had a lot of anxiety over food and body image. So, especially my legs, because I always thought that my legs were like disproportionate. Anyways, replace my thighs are getting bigger with my thighs are strong and powerful, and all of the cells in my body are working to support my life. I am grateful for my body. It is a beautiful expression of divine creation. So I'm really trying to be grateful for the things my body can do, and just how like I was a biology student and learning about the body, like there's so much going on. I'm just really honored to be like the collective consciousness of my whole body, because it's so amazing. There's like so much life force like moving each cell. There's so many processes going on in each cell. Our DNA is constantly being replicated. It's just amazing what's going on. So it's cool to think about it from that perspective instead of just our social conditioning. Okay, so I'll read this one. It's about, I guess, feeling entitled. Like, sometimes I feel like I fall into the trap of self-pity, like, oh, I deserve so much more, I work so hard, like, why don't I have this, why don't I have that life, why is this person living this life, I feel like I deserve it. So I fall into that trap sometimes. So replace that kind of thinking with, when you don't need anything, you have everything. So a lot of people feel like they can't be happy because there's people living these amazing lives, celebrities, lots of money, and they feel like they can't be happy because they don't have that life. Don't let that be an excuse for you not to be happy, because who knows, like maybe if you had that, like you still wouldn't be happy. And I've realized that, like, I thought as soon as I was done with school, I would be like so happy all the time. So I kind of used that as an excuse to like not be happy during school, and like I wasn't doing that much to make myself happy. I wasn't hanging out with friends or anything because I was like, it's fine, I'll just get through this time, and then like once I have this, I'll be happy. And it did not work that way, and it made me feel really depressed for a while. So I think that's kind of what I was trying to get to with this. Okay, oh wait, this one's good. When I get really depressed, I just feel like I'm so misunderstood, no one gets me, just kind of indulging in self-pity, which anyone who's kind of like felt, I mean everyone's felt the self-pity, like it's sad, but it's also like weirdly satisfying, but it's not productive, so I want to get away from that. So I want to replace I'm misunderstood, I'm different with I am the same essence as everyone, just experiencing a different internal and external environment. I will connect to what is me in them. So basically just saying everyone is the same witness of what they're going through. And everyone feels love, feels fear, feels these same emotions. So even if you feel so misunderstood and different, I guess just realize that your consciousness is the same as everyone else's, and there's something in other people that's the same in you that you will always be connected to. And then sometimes with my anxiety, I just like constantly wanted to prove myself, prove I was good enough, prove I wasn't awkward, all that stuff. So replace I am doing this to prove something about myself with I want to be genuine. What can I do right now in this moment to realign my thoughts, words, actions with the feelings I'm having? So I realized the major cause of my depression was just being really out of alignment. Like I would have all of these thoughts, emotions, feelings, and then just like talk to prove something instead of genuinely express what's going on inside of me. So it was like I just wasn't aligned. It was a lot of cognitive dissonance. So coming to acceptance with how I'm feeling and realizing it's all right, and it's all right to express what is true within me and my experience is valid has been a major way that I've been dealing with depression and anxiety. So this is my journal, and I'm planning on doing a journaling and meditation series on here. So if you guys want to see more videos like these, let me know in the comments. Let me know if any of this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Namaste, and I just want to show you guys a little bit of my apartment because I'm so stoked about it. Yeah, so